Okay, here's something you might find pretty surprising.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Becoming a notary public, the person who legally stamps documents. It often takes way less effort than, like, learning to make really good coffee.
Oh, really?
Seriously.
Yeah.
In most states, we're talking a simple application, small fee, maybe a quick background check.
No intense training or anything?
Not usually. No lengthy courses or big exams in many places. It's kind of wild when you think about it.
Wow.
Welcome to Dollar Side Hustle, your go-to podcast for all things side hustle.
Glad to be diving in.
Today, we're diving deep into the world of being a notary public, specifically as a side hustle for beginners.
Sounds good. It's a common one people ask about.
Exactly. So we'll break down how you actually get that official stamp, look at why just having it might not bring in a ton of cash on its own.
Right, the basic stuff.
And then really explore the more promising ways to actually boost your income. Things like mobile notary work and loan signings.
Yeah, that's where the real potential often lies. What's interesting is just how accessible that first step is.
Right.
I mean, unlike a lot of side hustles that need, specific experience or a big investment up front, getting certified as a notary is usually pretty straightforward.
So it's a genuine option for people.
Definitely. It lets you add a useful skill, maybe explore some income streams without this massive initial hurdle.
And you don't need to be notarizing stuff constantly to keep your commission, right? It can just be something you have.
Exactly. It's a skill you can keep in your back pocket, so to speak. Flexible.
Okay, so for someone listening who's thinking, all right, I could do this, what does that initial certification process generally look like? Walk us through it.
Sure. Typically, you'll fill out an application from your state's Secretary of State office or whoever governs notaries there.
Okay, paperwork.
Paperwork, yeah. Then there's usually a fee involved. And depending on the state, you might need to do a short training course or pass a basic exam.
What's the exam like? Difficult.
Generally not too bad. It usually covers the basic duties, the what you can and can't do, the legal responsibilities. The goal isn't to make it super hard, just to ensure you grasp the basics.
Makes sense.
Right.
So getting the stamp itself, it sounds achievable for most folks.
It really is.
But okay, let's be real. Just sitting at a desk with your stamp, waiting for people to randomly need something notarized, that probably isn't going to pay the bills, is it?
Well, no, that's the challenge with sort of standard fixed location notary work.
Why is that? Is demand low?
It's not necessarily low demand, but it's the competition, and specifically competition from free services.
Oh, okay. Where?
Think about banks, credit unions, maybe the library or a town hall. Lots of places offer basic notarizations free to their customers or residents.
Right. I've definitely used my bank's free notary service before.
Exactly. So if someone can get it done for free down the street, it's really hard for an independent notary to charge much for that same simple stamp.
Yeah, competing with free is always a tough hill to climb.
It really is.
But this is where the idea of being a mobile notary comes in. That sounds like it changes the game a bit.
It absolutely does. Mobile notary services basically flip the script.
How so?
Instead of the client coming to you, you go to the client. Wherever they need you, their home, their office, a hospital, you name it.
Okay, so convenience is the key selling point.
Huge. Think about busy professionals, people who maybe can't easily leave their home, or documents that need signing right now outside of normal 9 to 5 hours. You're offering a solution.
And because you're providing that extra convenience, that travel, that flexibility, you can charge more than the basic state fee.
Precisely. Clients are often very willing to pay a premium for that convenience. You can charge for your travel time, mileage, maybe an after-hours fee.
Oh, okay.
That premium, plus being able to potentially schedule multiple appointments in different places, that's where you start seeing much better earning potential compared to just waiting for walk-ins.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so mobile notary is one step up. Now let's talk about taking things up another notch. Becoming a loan signing agent.
Yes. This is often where people see really significant side hustle income potential in the notary world.
How is that different from just being a general mobile notary who travels around?
So a loan signing agent is still usually mobile. They travel to the signer, but they specialize specifically in real estate documents.
Like mortgages.
Exactly. Home purchases, refinances, home equity lines of credit, those big stacks of paper involved in property deals.
Okay, those are definitely complex transactions.
Very. And they involve large sums of money, so accuracy and understanding the process are critical. Everything has to be legally compliant.
And because it's specialized and, frankly, higher stakes.
The pay per appointment is typically much higher than for a standard single document notarization, significantly higher.
I bet. But I'm guessing it's not just a matter of saying, okay, I'll do loan signings now. There must be extra steps.
Oh, absolutely. You generally need additional specialized training. You need to really understand those loan documents, what they are, where the signatures and notarizations go, the whole closing process.
More education.
Yes. Often there's a separate certification you can get, like from the National Notary Association or similar organizations. And errors and omissions insurance, E&O insurance, is pretty much essential.
Why,
It protects you financially if you make an unintentional mistake on those crucial documents. Given the amounts involved in real estate, a mistake could be very costly. So, yes, higher income potential, but also requires more investment in training and insurance.
Okay, this is sounding less like a casual side gig you just sort of dip your toes into, and more like running an actual business.
That's exactly the mindset shift you need. To really succeed, especially as a mobile notary or a loan signing agent, you absolutely have to think like a business owner.
It's not just about the stamp anymore.
Not at all. It's about proactively finding clients, managing your schedule, handling finances, marketing yourself, providing professional service, all the things that make any small business work.
So, if someone's listening and getting serious about this, what are those key business activities they need to focus on right from the start?
Marketing and networking are huge. You have to let people know you exist and what you offer.
How do you do that effectively?
Oh, an online presence is crucial today. Get a Google business profile set up so you show up in local searches.
Good idea.
List yourself on notary-specific platforms. There are several that signing services and title companies use to find agents. Maybe even a simple website or a professional social media presence.
Okay, digital stuff. What about offline?
Don't underestimate old-school methods. Flyers in community centers, libraries, and critically, networking. Build relationships with real estate agents, mortgage brokers, title companies, attorneys. People who regularly need these services.
Referrals.
Referrals can become a steady stream of business once you build that trust and reputation.
Makes sense. Okay, so getting the word out is vital. What about strategies to stand out from other notaries? How can you increase your income beyond just doing more appointments?
Specialization is a great strategy. Don't try to be everything to everyone.
Like how?
Maybe you become the go-to notary for a specific part of town, or you get really good at certain document types, like, say, estate planning documents or documents for elderly clients.
Oh, interesting niche.
Or if you speak another language fluently, huge advantage in some communities. Catering to a specific language group can really set you apart.
That's smart.
Availability, this is a big one. So many people need notarizations outside of standard 9 to 5 business hours.
Evenings and weekends.
Exactly. If you're willing to work evenings, weekends, maybe even holidays, you capture a market segment many others ignore. That makes you incredibly valuable.
And you can probably charge a bit more for those off hours, too.
You often can. Also, stay aware of the market. Like, if the real estate market slows down, demand for loan signings might dip.
Right.
So being adaptable, maybe promoting your general mobile notary services more during those times or adding other services is important.
Adding other services. Like what?
Yeah.
That's an interesting angle.
Yeah. Some notaries expand. For example, offering ink fingerprinting services. Lots of professions require fingerprint cards.
Okay, I can see that.
Some states allow notaries to officiate weddings, leveraging that official commission. Or even basic document courier services. It's about becoming a more versatile resource for clients.
Becoming a one-stop shop for certain needs.
Kind of, yeah. The more problems you can solve for a client, the more valuable you are.
You know, it's funny. We talk about documents and stamps, which sounds pretty dry maybe.
Sometimes, yeah.
But I heard this story once about a notary who had to go do a signing in a really unusual place. Like, I think it was maybe a psychiatric ward or something.
Yeah.
Equally unexpected.
Oh, yeah. You hear those stories. It really highlights the human element, doesn't it?
Right.
You're often meeting people at, well, significant moments. Sometimes stressful ones, sometimes happy ones, but always important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that brings up the idea of transferable skills, right? It's
Wow.
not just about knowing the notary rules.
Exactly. Think about it. If you've worked in real estate before, you already understand a lot of the loan signing lingo and process.
Big head start.
Huge. Got great customer service skills from another job. Invaluable for making clients feel comfortable and building trust. Worked as a legal assistant, you'll likely understand the documents better.
What about less obvious skills?
Even things like being super organized, maybe from event planning, that helps manage appointments and logistics. Being bilingual, as we mentioned, attention to detail, obviously. Lots of skills translate surprisingly well.
So it really pays to think about what you already bring to the table.
Definitely. For anyone listening who's intrigued, a great first step is just that. Inventory your own skills. What are you good at? Are you organized, detail-oriented, good with people? Do you have connections in a certain field?
And how could those strengths apply to building a notary business?
Precisely. Don't just see yourself as someone stamping paper. Think about the value you can provide, the specific needs you can meet, maybe better than someone else because of your unique background.
Okay, so let's try and bring this all together then. Becoming a notary public. Surprisingly easy entry point, generally speaking.
Right. The barrier to entry for the basic commission is often low.
But, and this is the key takeaway, right? If you want to make significant income, you likely need to specialize. Go mobile, focus on loan signings.
Or find another valuable niche, yeah.
And that requires really shifting your mindset, thinking and acting like a business owner.
Absolutely. It's about providing convenience, specialized knowledge, marketing yourself, and actively building your business, not just passively holding the commission.
Got it. So if this sounds like a side hustle you'd be interested in exploring.
First step, research your specific state's requirements. They do vary.
Good point. Research your state and then start brainstorming. What unique value could you bring? What's your angle? And hey, if you found this useful, please like and subscribe for more side hustle deep dives. Also, check out the affiliate links in the description. Clicking those really helps support the show, keeps Dollar Side Hustle going.
We appreciate it.
And to explore even more side hustle methods and ideas, definitely head over to our website, dollarsidehustle.com.
Lots more info there.
So a final thought to leave you with.
Yeah.
What unique skill or maybe even passion you have could you leverage to build your own successful, maybe even fulfilling notary side hustle? Something to think about.